right, fire it up. Just do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are.
Nice fun, take a deep breath.
Give them hell at the end. You like this?
Fight like hell like we do every week. You are the best here.
Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on. Info.
Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green.
Lock it down, lock it down.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14th. What the f*** is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Record. Hell yeah.
11 got it.
Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day.
Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Therefore, great job, guys.
And welcome back to another edition of Racing in the Draft. My name is Mark, and we are headed to Las Vegas. But last week, we saw Kyle Larson do what Kyle Larson does. He wins, and wins a lot. Yeah, so more than likely he has locked himself into the playoffs again, along with Austin Cindric, but there's still time to for that to be decided. My guess is Kyle Larson makes it in without a problem, and more than likely Austin Cindric. We've never had more than 16 drivers win a race since the playoff era started, so more than likely that will hold true. But there was a ton of excitement on the track. These new next-gen cars have done exactly what the drivers were hoping for, what the fans were hoping for. They are tough to drive. They are wicked loose. They are fast. They don't handle quite as well as they used to, which is exactly what we're hoping for, because now it's the driver who has to be just as good as the team. So the cream will start to rise to the top as they really get a handle on what these cars are doing and how to make them go fast. I still think in the end, the top tier teams will be the ones that really come to the top. But I think we're going to see some drivers who have not done as well in the past because of less funding, but may have been really good drivers, may also rise to the top. And we're already starting to see some of that. Not that some of these drivers are the best, but they have figured out how to make the next-gen car handle better. So that's something we really need to keep an eye on when we're putting together fantasy lineups, whether that's through Draftkings or Fantasy Live. Still lots of opportunities to potentially take the drivers that we feel are starting to get a better grip on these cars. But either way, congratulations to Kyle Larson for winning at Auto Club. And we are now headed just down the road, about 3 or 4 hours, to Las Vegas. But before we do that, let's take a look at the optimal lineups from Auto Club. As kind of predicted, we were trying to search for at least one dominating driver, maybe two, and I think we kind of had two. Eric Jones never really left the top 5 all day. Didn't lead a whole lot of laps, only 18 of the 200, but stayed there the entire day, where everybody else that started in the top 5 kind of faded back a little bit, or had some issues at road or with their cars not handling well, those types of things. But I'm going to call it 2 dominators, and realistically 5 place differentials. So the place differentials is pretty much anybody that moves up at least 10 spots, and pretty much the 5 at the top of this list all did that. Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Suarez. 3 of those guys are value, $7,500 or less, and 3 had top 5 finishing positions. And we had $500 left over if you happen to put that optimal lineup in. Not many people did. But if you caught my live video, definitely thought that Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, and Kevin Harvick would all be good plays, along with a couple of others. I did not see Eric Jones staying consistently in the top 5 as he did, so I definitely missed that one. But I did expect Kyle Larson to probably have a fairly good finish, and I expect that again probably this week. We're still at the same type of track that Kyle Larson loves to run. But for our optimal lineup challenge, after 2 races, one driver sits atop, Eric Almirola. He is the only driver currently who has finished in the top 10 for the first 2 races. There have been 19 other drivers to have a top 10, and Eric Almirola is the only one to have 2 top 10s. So, hence that being, he has claimed himself the top of the heap early on for our optimal lineup challenge. Be interesting to see if that changes. I think it probably will. But either way, we've got quite a few drivers already making the optimal lineup challenge. But as I was saying, we head down the road to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where Denny Hamlin won the fall race, just beating out Chase Elliott and securing himself a spot in the Final 4 at Phoenix. But this week, it's spring, weather's a little different, and we're going to be racing during the day. Makes it much hotter. For the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a intermediate style track. It's 1.5 miles in length. It has progressive banking in both sets of turns, anywhere from 12 degrees to 20 degrees, so 12 degrees towards the bottom apron and up to 20 degrees at the top of the track. This race length is 267, which will mean we will have to look for dominators. Once again, I think we're looking for probably 2 dominators, at least 1, if not 2. So total dominator points are 186.90, and that comes from laps led of 66.75 and fast laps of 120.15. Alright, so the real reason you came is breaking down the drivers and their pricing. Remember, we have practice and qualifying back this year. So they do practice and qualifying on Saturday afternoon. And after that, I'll reconfigure everything and do another live video at approximately 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday before the race, which will give you plenty of time to catch the video and go put your entries in. So, good luck with that. Let me know how you're doing, if you have been winning, losing, if you like my picks, if you don't like my picks, and those types of things. Would love to hear from it. Hit that like and subscribe button and get notified whenever I go live. Alright, so Kyle Larson, once again, top of the heap, 11,300. He is now the power ranking of first for this week. Depending on where he qualifies, even if he qualifies on the pole, I will probably still have some Kyle Larson. So I will have a fair share of Kyle Larson regardless of where Kyle starts. He's just that good. In his last 5 starts at Las Vegas, he's got 1 win, 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, and 4 top 20s, a 58.8 Draftkings average, a 7th place average finish. He finished 10th here in the fall race. He's raced here 11 total times with 1 win, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 10 top 20s. So only 1 time finishing outside the top 20, where I think he finished dead last. He had engine troubles or something along those lines. But either way, next in line, Chase Elliott. And if you missed all the controversy this week, Kyle Larson was racing Joey Logano, and his spotter didn't tell him that Chase Elliott had a run on the outside at Auto Club, and Kyle Larson took Chase Elliott out of the race. So a little bit of bad blood, but I'm sure that Rick Hendrick has cleared that air up, and you guys will be fine again. But is that possibility that it's going to loom there for a little bit? I expect Kyle and Chase to race very, very well with each other, aggressively, but I think they're still teammates, and still going to be just fine. But either way, Chase Elliott, $11,000. Third on the power ranking this week, does not have a win at Las Vegas. but does have in the last 5 starts 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s, a 53.1 Draftkings average, and a 13.4 average finish. He did finish second here in the fall race, finishing behind Denny Hamlin, as we saw from the picture earlier. Chase does have 10 total starts here at Las Vegas, and no wins, but 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. Next in line here, Joey Logano with the Pennzoil colors for the Pennzoil 400. 10,800, 8th on the power ranking. Joey does have 1 win here in the last 5 starts, along with 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. 47.8 DraftKings average and an 8.8 average finish. He finished 11th here in the fall race last year. 17 total starts with 2 wins to his record, with 6 top 5s, 11 top 10s, and 16 top 20s. So pretty consistently finishing in the top 20s. Keep an eye on where he qualifies and might be in some of your lineups. Ryan Blaney next in line, 10,500, 6th on the power ranking. Does have 1 win here in the last 5 starts, along with 3 top 5s, 4 top 20s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. 51.7 DraftKings average and a 6.6 average finish. Finished 5th here in the fall race last year. 11 total starts here at Las Vegas. He does have the 1 win. I don't know if I didn't put that, but 1 win, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 10 top 20s. Next in line here, local native to Las Vegas, Kyle Busch, 10,200, 10th on the power ranking. Joe Gibbs has been having a little bit of trouble with his cars. I think they're going to work that out fairly quickly. They are a top-tier team, and I don't think that issue or problem will continue. But either way, Kyle Busch, 10,200, starting 11th. No wins in the last 5 starts. 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. A 41.8 DraftKings average and a 9.2 average finish over those 5 races. He finished 3rd here in the fall race last year. He's raced here 21 total times, at least in the Cup car. Many other times in multiple different types of cars, trucks, Xfinity, all sorts of other vehicles, because he lived in Las Vegas. Does have 1 win at his home track in the Cup car. Out of those 21 total starts, with 9 top 5s, 12 top 10s, and 17 top 20s. All right, our next grouping here, we've got Denny Hamlin, $10,000, power ranking of 2, and the last one to win a race here at Las Vegas. And out of the last 5 races, he does have 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. He does lead the pack with a 58.9 DraftKings average, just edging out Kyle Larson, who had 58.8. And he has an 8th place average finish over the last 5 races. Once again, he finished 1st here in the fall race last year. 20 total starts here at Las Vegas for Denny. Does have that 1 win, 5 top 10s, 10 top 10s, and 18 top 20s. Next in line, William Byron, 9,800. 9th on the power ranking. Does not have any wins here at Las Vegas. And in the last 5 starts here, he has 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s, no top 5s, 33.2 DraftKings average, and his 16th place average finish. He finished 18th here in the fall race, and he does have 8 total starts here at Las Vegas with 2 top 10s and top 20s. Martin Truex Jr., 9,500, 4th on the power ranking. Martin does have 1 win here in the last 5 starts, 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, a 44.4 DraftKings average, and a 7.0 average finish over those 5 races. He finished 4th here in the fall race, and Martin has raced 20 times at Las Vegas, finishing 4th in the fall race. And over those 20, he's got 2 wins, 7 top 5s, 11 top 10s, and 19 top 20s. Tyler Reddick, 9,300, led a ton of laps at Auto Club last week and ended up having a tire issue and not finishing as well as he needed to. Still ended up doing very well in DraftKings points, but not the finish he was looking for, I'm sure. Tyler Reddick's going to break through very soon. Definitely this year. I expect probably in the next, could be this weekend or within the next probably 4 to 6 weeks, is my guess. He's just been solid, really come to his own. He's really enjoying the Cup Series, and Richard Childress and Chevy have been giving these guys really, really good cars. So I expect that to continue for Tyler Reddick. He does have a power ranking of 14th, mostly because he only raced here 4 times, so we don't have a ton of stats on him. But Tyler Reddick, in the last 4 starts, has 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, a 20.3 DraftKings average, and a 21st place average finish. He finished 6th here in the fall race, and the stats same because he's only here 4 times. Kevin Harvick next in line here at 9,100, 5th on the power ranking, and in the last 5 starts here at Las Vegas, he has 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, a 39.4 DraftKings average, and a 9.8 average finish. He finished 9th here in the fall race, and out of his 25 total starts here at Las Vegas, which he and Kurt Busch, I think, both have 25. But in those 25, he has 2 wins, 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s, and 19 top 20s. Okay, and Kurt Busch, he's only got 24. I think he did miss a race here. I can't remember why he missed it, but it's been quite a while. But Kurt's had 24 total starts here. Kurt Busch, 8,900, 12th on the power ranking, does have 1 win in the last 5 starts, with 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 3 top 20s, a 23.8 DraftKings average, and an 18.4 average finish. He finished 8th here in the fall race last year, and out of those 24 total starts, he got the 1 win, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 12 top 20s. And just like Kyle, Kurt is from Las Vegas. Alex Bowman, 8,700, 11th on the power ranking. Alex, in the last 5 starts here, has 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s, no wins, 31.1 DraftKings average, and a 14.6 average finish. Alex finished 22nd in the fall race here last year, and Alex has started here 10 total times, and out of those 10, he's got 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. Next in line, Brad Keselowski, 8,400, 7th on the power ranking. Does not have a win here in the last 5 starts, but does have 3 wins overall out of his 17 total starts. But in the last 5 starts here, he does have 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, 5 top 20s, a 45.7 DraftKings average, and leads the pack with a 6.4 average finish. He finished 7th here in the fall race, and as I said before, 17 total starts with 3 wins to his record, 8 top 5s, 12 top 10s, and 13 top 20s. Christopher Bell, next in line, 8,200, 27th on the power ranking, and man, Christopher Bell's year has not started out the way he wanted it to, that is for sure, which is dragging his power ranking a bit. But he has started here at Las Vegas 4 total times, with 1 top 5, 1 top 10, an 18.6 DraftKings average, and a 22.0 average finish, and finished 24th here in the fall race. Next in line here, another guy who's just had a great start to his year, the teammate to Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon, at $8,000, a power ranking of 13, and out of the last 5 starts here at Las Vegas, he does have 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 4 top 20s, an 18.4 DraftKings average, and a 14.6 average finish. He did finish 13th here in the fall race, and he has raced a total of 13 times here at Las Vegas, with 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 10 top 20s. Alright, next in line here, we've got Eric Almirola, our best driver so far of the year, at least with finishing in the top 10 twice. Eric is power ranked at 24th this week, and out of the last 5 starts here, he does have 1 top 10, 3 top 20s, an 18.4 DraftKings average, and a 21.6 average finish. He finished 19th here in the fall race, And out of his 17 total starts here at Las Vegas, he does not have a win yet, but has 3 top 10s and 20s. Austin Cindric, our Daytona 500 winner, $7,700. This will be Austin Cindric's first start in the Cup car here at Las Vegas. He is 15th on the power ranking. He was our pole sitter last week at Auto Club and faded a little bit, but still expect Austin to fare fairly well this week, depending on where he starts on whether I have much interest in taking any of Austin Cindric. So no other stats for him because we don't have any, at least in the Cup car. Ross Chastain, $7,500, 31st on the power ranking. Ross had a tough weekend last weekend at Auto Club and a tough weekend at Daytona. Just kind of struggling a little bit, but I think Ross will end up collecting it and getting it together. New team, new crew chief, all that type of stuff. I think kind of putting him a little bit behind the 8 ball. But either way, 7,500, 31st on the power ranking. In the last 5 starts here at Las Vegas, no top 20s, equates to no top 10s or no top 5s. 13.0 Draftkings average and a 26th place average finish. He finished 23rd here in the fall race last year, and out of his 7 total starts, he only has 1 top 20. Ross definitely struggles a little. Goes out and hits the strip for a little too long. I doubt that, but for some reason he doesn't like racing at. Next in line here, we've got Eric Jones. Man, what a show Eric Jones put on last week at Auto Club, and Richard Petty or the new Richard Petty GMS Racing team that they've got, along with Ty Dillon, have definitely showed up to 2022 as a team that is looking to be prepared and ready to race. But Eric Jones is 7,300, power ranking of 21st this week. And at Vegas, his stats aren't quite as good as they are at Auto Club, but he does have 2 top 10s and 2 top 20s in the last 5 starts, along with a 24.3 Draftkings average and a 20.6 average finish. Eric finished 26th here in the fall race last year. 9 total starts here at Vegas with 3 top 10s and 5 top 20s. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. next in line at 7,200, who has actually had a decent start to his 2020 also. 16th on the power ranking, and in the last 5 starts here at Vegas, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 3 top 20s, and 36.5 Draftkings average with a 16th place average finish. Last fall, Ricky finished 17th in the fall race, and 13 total starts here at Las Vegas with 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 20s. Next in line here, Daniel Suarez, $7,000 on the power ranking, or $7,000 as a DraftKings price, and 20th on the power ranking. Daniel, in the last 5 starts at Vegas, has 2 top 20s, a 22.1 DraftKings average, and a 24th place average finish. He finished 15th here in the fall race last year. 9 total starts here at Vegas with 1 top 10, 5 top 20s. Chase Briscoe, next in line here at 6,900, 28th on the power ranking, mostly because his rookie season at Stewart-Haas was not the best, so his stats are probably a little bit off because of that. But I did dog on Stewart-Haas a lot last year. They have shown up to 2022 in much better shape. Whatever changes they have made have definitely shown up on the racetrack, and the team as a whole has been doing better. Hopefully the wheels don't come off this weekend, but things have started, at least 22, much better than they started 2021 for Stewart-Haas Racing. So Chase Briscoe has 2 total starts here at Vegas with 1 top 20, a 29.5 DraftKings average, and a 17.5 average finish. He finished 14th here in the fall race last year, and that's stay the same because he started here twice. Cole Custer, another teammate out of the Stewart-Haas garage at $6,700, 25th on the power ranking this week, and has a total of 5 starts here at Vegas with 2 top 20s, a 20.3 DraftKings average, and a 22.3 average finish. He finished 29th here in the fall race last year, and the stats are the same. Was started 5 times. Next in line here, Kurt Busch, 6,500, 17th on the power ranking. In the last 5 starts here, he has 1 top 10, 4 top 20s, a 35.5 DraftKings average, and a 16th place average finish. Kurt Busch finished 25th here in the fall race last year, and out of his 10 total starts here at Vegas, has 1 top 10, 7 top 20s. Next in line here, Bubba Wallace, who had a little bit of trouble last week at Auto Club, getting into Brad K, and hurt his day quite a bit. He definitely struggled in practice, also hitting the wall, and they had to make a lot of repairs, and just never really kind of recovered from that. Had speed at times, but as expected, he does not run well at intermediate style tracks. He does much better at short track or super speed. Bubba Wallace this week, 6,300, 23rd in the power ranking, and out of the last 5 starts here at Vegas, he's got 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, 27.7 DraftKings average, and 20.2 average finish. He finished 16th here in the fall race last year, 8 total starts here at Vegas with 1 top 10 and 2 top 20s. Alright, next here we've got Justin Haley, 6,100, 33rd on the power ranking. If there's just something that can go wrong with this team, it just every weekend something happens. That I'm sure that will change. Justin Haley has shown really good speed, but as of yet, he just has had bad luck start this year. But Justin Haley's record here at Vegas, he does have 2 total starts here with no top 20s. 9.5 DraftKings average and a 30.5 average finish, and finished 32nd in the fall. All the stats are with when he was with Rick Ware Racing, and just didn't have the funding. So now with College Racing and them going full time and putting a ton of money into the program, I think Justin Haley will start to climb the rankings. He just needs to not have any bad luck. Next in line here, Harrison Burton, first time in a Cup car at Las Vegas for Harrison Burton. Price tag is $5,900, 30th on the power ranking, mostly because we don't really have much of his stats. And Harrison has also had a tough time starting his rookie season in 2022. So with that, no real stats. We'll see what he does in practice and qualifying. So check back with me on Sunday at about 11 a.m. when we break down practice, qualifying, and where these guys sit now, or sit then in the power rankings, and who we may want to target. Next in line here, Daniel Hemrick, teammate to Justin Haley at College Racing, 18th on the power ranking. Daniel does have 1 start here in the last 5 races, and does have 1 top 20 with a 34.0 DraftKings average and a 17th place average finish. The average is his only finish in the last 5 starts. Did not race here in the fall race, and does have 2 total starts here at Las Vegas with 1 top 20. Ty Dillon, 5,600, 22nd on the power ranking. Ty Dillon does have 3 starts in the last 5 races here, and has 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, a 39.0 DraftKings average, a 17.3 average finish. I think Ty Dillon, depending on where he qualifies, will be somebody to take a look at. He always seems to work his way through the pack if he happens to start in the back, and his price tag is nicely priced at $1,500. Did not race the fall race here last year because he wasn't really racing Cup racing last year, but now that he's with Richard Petty GMS Racing, he is back full time. 7 total starts for Ty Dillon here at Vegas with 1 top 10 and top 20s. Greg Biffle, the Biff is back for another show, another go at it here at Vegas. $5,500 price tag, 19th on the power ranking. Does not have a start here in the last 5 races because he was retirement. But now that he's come back out, he did not finish 8th here because he did not race here last fall. But in his 13 total starts here, he does have 2 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and 10 top 20s. Next in line here, we've got Michael McDowell, 5,300. 26th on the power ranking. Once again, this is kind of like Bubba Wallace. He just does not like or do well at intermediate style tracks. And in the last 5 starts here at Vegas shows that he only has 1 top 20, a 15.4 Draftkings average, a 23.8 average finish. Finished 21st here in the fall race last year. 16 total starts for Michael at Vegas and only 2 top 20s. Corey LaJoie, 5,100, 32nd on the power ranking, and in the last 5 starts here at Vegas has 1 top 20, a 15.0 Draftkings average, and 27.6 average finish. He finished 30th here in the fall race last year. 8 total starts here for Corey, and only 2 top 20s. Todd Gillen, another rookie driver with no cup stats, $5,000, 29th on the power ranking. Don't have much else to say from him. We'll see what he does in practice and qualifying, and we'll reevaluate on Sunday. Right back with me, Sunday at 11 o'clock. Josh Bilicki, 4,800. 36 on the power ranking. Has 3 starts here in the last 5 races at Vegas with a 4.6 Draftkings average. Bad. 35.7 average finish. Finished 36th here in the fall race. And yeah, only 3 starts here total. Garrett Smitley, $4,700. You know what? Garrett actually had a really good week last week. He and BJ McLeod, I do have to give both of them props for the way they raced the race last year. They stayed pretty much on the lead lap the entire race. They kept themselves clean, and they knew that they were not the fastest cars. They were able to maintain and hold their positions. But so the way pit stops work is when the caution comes out, everybody gets gathered up, make a lap around. Only the lead lap cars, so only the cars that are on the lead lap, pit on the first go-round. Well, Garrett Smitley and BJ McLeod both could have taken pits at that point in time, but because they were sandwiched between other cars that were racing either ahead of them or whatever, they felt that it would be better for them, for their crew, and for the guys that were, in the top 5 when the caution came out. They decided to pit with the lap down cars, which put them at the tail end of the lead lap, but that they were still able to run clean races. I can't remember where Garrett and BJ ended up finishing, but I have to give them props for not trying to screw with anybody else's race and just have good, consistent finishes. So props to them. Just wanted to shout that out, because these guys in the back, they never really get discussions unless they do something bad. And I think these guys did something good last week, so shout out to them. But Garrett Smitley, 4,700, 37th on the power ranking, 4 total starts here at Vegas. No top 20s, a 4.8 Draftkings average, and a 34th place average finish. He finished 35th here in the fall race last year. All right, Next in line here, we've got BJ McLeod, who we just talked about, who, hats off to him. Props to those guys for not trying to interfere with anybody and just have a good, solid finish for them. But this week, he is priced at 4,600, 35th in the power ranking. 2 starts in the last 5 here at Vegas with a 12.5 Draftkings average, a 31.5 average finish. Finished 33rd here in the fall. Does have 4 total starts here, but still no top 20s. Cody Ware, 4,500, 34th on the power ranking. Our least expensive driver has 2 total starts here at Vegas, or 2 starts in the last 5, with an 11.5 Draftkings average and a 31.5 average finish. He finished 31st here in the fall race, and does have 3 total starts here at Vegas with 20s. Alright, so that's all the drivers. Let's break down the optimal lineups that we have seen at Vegas from last year and the 2020 season. The fall race here was 267 laps, no extra laps at the end. 1 dominator, which was Denny Hamlin, who started 6th, finished 1st, led 137 laps. And the rest of everybody else was pretty much 2 place differential guys, 2 value guys, and 2 finishing guys. So yeah, so the, you know, and this is kind of ringing true throughout. There was the spring race in 2020 that did not follow the script, where pretty much nobody started worse than 30th, and we had 1 to 2 dominators. So the spring race here, 267 laps, 1 dominator, 2 place differential guys, 2 value guys, 2 finishing guys, $400 left over on our salary cap. And then our 2020 season, we saw the fall race, 1 dominator, 268 laps, so there was 1 extra lap at the end, but Denny Hamlin led 121 laps, and we had 1 place differential, Matt DiBenedetto from 19th to 2nd, 2 value drivers, so that's $7,500 or less, and 4 guys that ended up in top 5 finishing spots. And we had $400 left over in that optimal lineup. And then the spring race, this is kind of fascinating, 267 laps. We did have 1, almost a second dominator, Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse, 5 place differentials, and 3 value guys and 5 finishing spots. Because if you look at the finishing order, Joey Logano finished first, Matt DiBenedetto second, Ricky Stenhouse third, Austin Dillon fourth, Jimmy Johnson fifth, and Bubba Wallace sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure I've ever seen an optimal lineup with all 6 of the top finishing drivers. Usually there's somebody that comes from the back that ends up having a better PD upside. But either way, we had $2,700 left. As you could tell, I mean, the first race, or the fall race last year, we had $100 left. Spring race, $400 left. The fall race in 20, we had $400 left. But in the spring race, we had $2,700 left, and everybody finished in the top 6. You don't see it very often. But either way, that's kind of our breakdown of the last 2 years. And if we look at who has been in the optimal lineup the most over that time, Brad K has 2, Ricky Stenhouse has 2, Eric Jones has 2, Denny Hamlin has 2, Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace all with also. And you can see the rest and see where, if your favorite driver may have made the lineup. But the salary average has been almost $700 left over, and the average starting spot has been about 14th, which is actually really low for this style track. So not a whole lot of movement. I think we're going to see something a little different with this next gen car. It's going to be loose. These guys are going to be trying to figure out. I think a couple guys are going to end up missing something on qualifying, get something figured out, and come from the back. So we'll break that down on Sunday, 11 o'clock. See, come back, hang out with me on Sunday morning at about 11. Would love to hear some feedback, comments, whatever you got. Make sure you come and visit. Let me know you're there. Would love your input. So about 11 o'clock or so, what I'm trying to find out is if there's any penalties or anybody going to the back because of issues during practice and qualifying, which last week we had a ton of. And even when I went to go do my live video, we still didn't have that information from NASCAR. So hopefully this week, if there is any information, I'll have that available for you Monday morning. But we'll break down who I think will be the best picks for dominators, place differentials, and who might have great finishing spots, or when we need to save some money, who to pick as our value guys. Make sure you come back and check it out. If you live anywhere on the eastern seaboard south of Pennsylvania, it's going to be an amazing weekend. We're starting off a little chilly today, but it's going to be warm on Sunday. So I may take a TV outside and sit outside and enjoy the weather and watch this race on Sunday. But come back, check me out on Sunday morning. Would love to have you in the chat, and let me know any feedback you got. Hey, if you've happened to have used any of my information and done really well, let me know also. Have a great start to your weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday morning. Have a good one. Bye.
Take a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W's, so gotta be around the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun.
Don't get me any more fired up than I already am. all the way to the checker. You're fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby!
Hell yeah!
Proud of you there, Mac. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day.
Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Great job, guys.
Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal. We got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away.
Yeah, boys. Way to rebound. Great job.
Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend.
What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.